You know, I hate to say it, guys, but corporate greed will destroy Black Ops 6. Now, to start things off, I just want to state that this is somewhat of an extension of my last video titled Black Ops 6 will suck, and this is why. And in that video, I kind of just went over the Microsoft layoffs that are going on over at the Xbox Games division. I'll be putting the tweet up on screen so you guys can check that out, and also a card up in the top so you guys can check out the whole video and I don't have to explain the entire situation here in the intro. But long story short, I got a lot of hate for that video. A lot of people in the comments were telling me that I have no idea if the game is going to suck simply because I A, haven't played it, or B, haven't seen the multiplayer reveal. And I suppose that's fair, but these are the same people that were telling me a few months back before Activision was acquired by Microsoft that Microsoft was going to be the holy grail savior of Call of Duty. And as it appears right now, it seems that everything is just business as usual. But if that's not enough for you guys to believe me, I'll provide some supporting points here. So I was going through Twitter, right? And I stumbled upon this Blame Truth tweet. I'm sure everybody's well familiar with Blame Truth, right? I'm the Walmart Blame Truth. This is the real Blame Truth. Jokes aside, we have a tweet here from Blame Truth, and he said, did a standard Windows 11 update and it took away my legitimate Windows license. Says my product key is now invalid. Truly remarkable work, Microsoft. This is the company that just bought Call of Duty. It's going to be an absolute shit show, and he shares a picture here. If you guys are unaware, when you don't activate Windows, you get this watermark in the corner of your screen. So in short, basically he did a Windows update and his entire Windows is now non-genuine, even though he is a paying customer and did have a product key. This right here is just a prime example of the utter incompetence that Microsoft displays on a daily basis. As a Windows user and somebody who's used micro shaft wind blows for the longest time, this is literally the worst, most dog shit operating system. The only reason why anybody games on Windows is A, it's easier to use than Linux, and B, most of the support is only for Windows. I understand Steam OS exists and stuff like that, but for the most part, most AAA games or games that require a kernel level anti-cheat are only available on Windows. So in short, they basically have a monopoly, and Microsoft loves its money. So this is a prime example right here of why Microsoft is absolute trash. If that wasn't enough for you though, let's talk about the absolute incompetence displayed by Microsoft here with the handling of the Call of Duty servers. If you guys haven't heard or perhaps haven't experienced it, these servers for Modern Warfare 3 have been utter dog shit for the longest time. We've had to deal with packet bursts constantly. Every single game I get into, the servers are absolutely atrocious. Now, I haven't touched this game in God knows how long, MW3 that is, but I know that the servers have always sucked, and this tweet right here just completely solidified my belief that the servers are still garbage, and it appears as though they are still garbage. So right here, Call of Duty Update shared that our teams have been investigating increased reports of lag and or packet burst issues, as indicated on the in-game widget. While some mitigations have already been deployed, we remain committed to continued improvement. Stay tuned for further updates. And created by Eric here responded with, it's been months, y'all just acknowledging this now? Yes, they are, because they don't give a shit. Microsoft doesn't care. Activision doesn't care. It's same old, same old. Do you guys start to see where I'm going with this? Microsoft buying Call of Duty doesn't mean that the game is going to be saved. And like I stated earlier, they display their incompetence constantly and their pure greed, because at the end of the day, all they care about is getting your money. Now, speaking of getting your money, let's talk about the meat and potatoes, the whole reason why you guys clicked on this video. So first off, you know how I myself and many other content creators have been suggesting that people just get a Game Pass Ultimate subscription if you're on Xbox or PC, that is. PS players, you're kind of screwed. You're going to have to spend the $70. But you know how we've all been saying, just get a Game Pass subscription so you don't have to worry about spending $70 on the game, right? And everybody thought that was a great idea and that somehow this is better than just purchasing the game. Well, my mind has kind of changed after hearing this news, and it kind of will all tie in here in a second for you guys. But first off, I'm just going to read the tweet so you guys can kind of understand what's going on. So this is a Charlie Intel tweet. It says, if you're on Xbox Series X or S or Xbox One, it'll now cost $20 a month on Xbox Game Pass Ultimate to play Black Ops 6 Day 1. $240 yearly. If you're on PC Game Pass, it'll now cost $12 monthly to play Black Ops 6 Day 1, or $144 a year. Yes, you heard that correctly. To get a yearly subscription of Game Pass now, you're going to have to spend $240 for the entire year. Now, this is just based off, you go off the year. The only time this kind of makes any sense is if you want to get Game Pass for a month, let's say, play the game, realize that it's the EOMM and SBMM infested, rigged mess, and then you decide to cancel your subscription. You will be saving some money there. But if you're opting for the yearly option, yes, you heard that correctly. Microsoft got their greedy hands in here and they decided to raise the price of Game Pass, which prior to this, I believe was $60 $16.99. Let me just scroll through here on my Twitter timeline. Yes, Xbox Game Pass Ultimate used to be $16.99 and now it is $19.99. So they raised the price by a whole $3, which then in turn brings the yearly price up too. So you're going to be spending $240 for the entire year if you're on Xbox. And if you're a PC player, you only have to fork over a measly $144 USD to play Black Ops 6 for the year. So you start to see where I'm coming from. And perhaps you're asking yourself, well, how does this tie into Call of Duty? How does this tie into greed means that the game is going to suck? And I'll use a perfect example for you guys. So you guys all know GTA 5, right? We all know GTA Online, right? A very well-designed game, very fun to play, but probably one of the most predatory business practices I've ever seen in the game, being shark cards, is extremely prevalent in that. And that's not really a pay to win per se, it's more so a pay to progress. But the fact of the matter is, the last time I played GTA Online, it was riddled with cheaters, and of course Rockstar refuses to acknowledge this and refuses to do anything about it because they're more so focused on the fact that shark cards are making them money hand over fist. There's a reason why GTA 5 has been on like 3 console generations now. And I wouldn't be surprised if I saw the same pattern happen with Black Ops 6. Now, being a Treyarch title, I'm sure that Black Ops 6 is going to be a very well-designed game. I have 100% faith in Call of Duty and Treyarch to make a banger with Black Ops 6 from a design perspective. But the thought always lingers in the back of my head, didn't Microsoft lay off a bunch of employees right before Black Ops 6 released? Doesn't this just sound like a perfect scenario for them? They limit the spending while maximizing the profits. They maximize the profits by jacking up the price of Game Pass because they know most people are going to opt for that rather than spending $70 on the game. If they make it extremely expensive now, most people are just going to buy the game for $70. Meanwhile, they sit here and put a bunch of game developers out of a fucking job for the simple fact of making as much profit as possible. And like I said in the video, the other day, I don't know if anybody from Treyarch or any of these, Activision branded studios lost their job. For all you know, the QA team at Treyarch could have all been laid off. For all you know, plenty of people that are, going to be providing post-launch support for Black Ops 6 could have been laid off. All in the meanwhile, Activision and Microsoft jack up their prices for Game Pass, completely maximize the profit, and let's not even get into the price of the bundles. I can pretty much guarantee, I will put my fucking life on it, that we're going to be seeing $40, $50 bundles in this game. We'll see bundles that are half the price of the game. And most people will swallow it up. There's a bunch of fanboys that are going to go out and buy it, and then they're going to sit there and tell me that I'm crying, or tell anybody that has any sort of bad things to say about the game that they're crying, they need to cope and seethe, yada yada yada. Anyways, that's just my opinion. I really need to reiterate, this is 100% opinionated. This isn't factual or anything, but based on the trends we've seen over the last few years and the fact that Microsoft purchased Activision and them themselves, being Microsoft, are just a bunch of greedy scumbags, and there's a proven track record for that, it makes me wonder where their priorities are going to be with Black Ops 6. Are they going to be focusing on making the game good, providing proper post-launch support, and actually investing in a proper functioning anti-cheat? Or are they going to be shoving the shop full of bundles and jacking up those prices and being more and more anti-consumer? Only time will tell, I suppose. Let me know how you guys feel in the comment section below. If you enjoyed today's video, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and don't forget to turn the notification bell on so you never miss when I upload a video. And I catch everybody in the next one. Peace.
I've been feeling weird, I can't seem to focus good enough. Nothing's really clear, sometimes it could be